What up, what up, what up? Welcome to the Live Game, episode 168. This is your average man's perspective on football. I'm your co-host, retired Hall of Fame fantasy football owner, Marcus.
I'm the GOAT.
The GOAT.
I'm the greatest of all time.
Really?
Yeah, undisputed.
Undisputed?
Next up, we got Herman. Say what up, Herman.
I'm gonna stop doing this show. we don't quit that intro.
We just gonna get a new producer. That's all.
Yeah, something. Darian, if you're watching, get ready.
You up next.
Right, you up next. Hey.
We got some haters.
You are a hater.
Next up, we got Brian. Say what up, Brian.
Thank you for joining us.
I'm the one selling the records. They coming to see me.
They coming to see the Temptations.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. You.
And last but never least, we got Mark. Say what up, Mark.
Happy holidays.
And me, I'm 56 years old.
Damn.
I'm sorry.
Before we get started, I want to encourage everyone to like, share, and subscribe, especially watching on YouTube. You can catch us on Facebook and our Facebook group, The Live Game. We're on Twitter/X at The Live Game 3. On Instagram at The Official The Live Game. You can also catch us on the Big Blue Crew Sports Network, which we're simultaneously broadcasting there right now. So go on over there and check us out. They take care of everything: football, basketball, baseball, martial arts, WWE. So go on over to the Big Blue Crew Sports Network and check them out. And I believe Herman is hosting tonight. Go ahead and start us off, Herman.
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining. We got a lot of games to go over tonight. So apparently, if you guys didn't know, because I wasn't aware, we were talking about why was the NFL doing this. This is their new thing now. The Saturday games before Christmas, and then those teams will flip around and play on Christmas, and they're calling it, I think, the holiday remix or something like that. But that is their new tradition that they're starting. So we're gonna have a lot of football now, not just on Thanksgiving, but on Christmas Day. So. All right, we're going to go over our NFL news. We're going to hit you with some hot topics. We're going to review all of those games that we watched this past weekend. And then we're going to get into the games coming up this week, and then we'll hit you with our final thoughts, all right? Real quick, because the game is starting tonight, we need to go ahead and probably pick that Thursday night game.
I was going to say that.
Let's go ahead and pick that Thursday night game real quick. So we got the Seattle Seahawks. All right, home against. Are they home?
Yeah. No, the Bears.
They're the Bears.
So we got the Seahawks going to Chicago to take on the Bears.
Bears giving up 3.5.
Bears giving up 3.5. Okay, so I'll start this one first. Pretty easy pick. Give me the Seahawks. Brian, who you got?
Yeah, I'm with you, Herman. I'm going with the Seahawks.
Marcus, who you got?
Yeah, I'm also taking the Seahawks.
And Mark will round it out.
Seahawks, man.
All right, so we're all in accord with the Seahawks. All right, so we had to get that one out the way so it didn't look like we were cheating or anything while the game was going on. So we'll get into our news story now. Marcus, you can go ahead and read your first news story.
Thank you very much. Philadelphia's rematch with Dallas might not include a key player. Quarterback Jalen Hurts remains in concussion protocol, Eagles coach Nick Sirianni told reporters Thursday. The Eagles later announced that Hurts did not participate in Thursday's practice. Backup Kenny Pickett is also dealing with a ribs injury, leading the Eagles to sign Notre Dame product and former one-time Saints starter Ian Book to their practice squad. If both Hurts and Pickett cannot suit up for Sunday's Eagles-Cowboys showdown at Lincoln Financial Field, Philadelphia will have Tanner McKee and Book available to face the Cooper Rush-led Cowboys. Pickett, however, was a full participant in Thursday's practice, which is a good sign he will be healthy enough to face the Cowboys. And let me just say, go Cowboys.
Does our win help y'all, really?
Yes, it does. Doesn't hurt us.
Yeah.
Sorry, CD's not playing, so we're losing. No.
I'll still find a way to beat everybody damn up.
I know, right? All right, I'm going to read the next news story. On a day when Baltimore Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson didn't feel like he was running at top speed, even though he was clocked at over 21 miles per hour, the reigning NFL MVP added another title, the all-time leading rushing quarterback. In running away with a 31-2 Christmas Day victory over the Houston Texans, Jackson ran just enough to surpass Michael Vick for the most rushing yards by a quarterback in the NFL history. With 87 yards Wednesday, Jackson now has 6,110 career rushing yards, which is one more than Vic's total. Jackson broke the record with a 6-yard scramble in the third quarter that set up his 1-yard touchdown pass to tight end Mark Andrews. So congratulations, Lamar. I'm pretty sure we all knew that was going to happen at some point. Brian, you're up.
All right, Herman stole a little bit of thunder from my story. But the Dallas Cowboys are going to be without arguably their best offensive player for the remainder of the season. Per a statement released by the team, the Cowboys have elected to shut down wide receiver CeeDee Lamb for the remainder of the year due to his lingering shoulder injury. Fortunately for Lamb, Fortunately for Lamb, surgery does not seem to be necessary, and he is expected to make a full recovery. Lamb originally suffered the injury back in Week 9, but attempted to play through the pain. He did so with success, making 22 catches on 28 targets for 314 yards and 2 touchdowns in just December alone. But with the Cowboys already being eliminated from playoff contention, the benefit of keeping Lamb on the field to finish the season was not worth the risk of potentially worsening the injury. Lamb's season will end with 101 catches on 152 targets, 1,194 yards, and 6 touchdowns.
I wish you a speedy recovery, CD. I think he only played last week to get that 1,000 yards anyway.
I think I think you're right.
What did he get a bonus for that?
Well, no,
no, he had a record.
Yeah,
it was a record. He was.
Him and Michael Irvin were like tied or something, right?
He tied Michael Irvin. I think
he tied Michael Irvin. Yeah,
tied Michael Irvin.
1,000-yard season.
Yeah,
consecutive. Yeah, 5 seasons.
Yeah, I think it's the first 5 seasons. Yeah.
Yeah. So he'll be going to break. He'll be trying to break that next year, I guess.
Wait, Michael only had 5
consecutive just at the beginning of your consecutive. Okay. Consecutive. I don't know if it was the beginning of your career, but it was consecutive.
Okay.
All right, Mark, you are up with the last news story of the week.
Teddy Bridgewater is back not long after saying that he planned to return to the NFL following his successful pursuit as a state championship in his first year as a high school football coach. Bridgewater is returning to the Lions. A first-round pick of the Vikings in 2014, Bridgewater spent the last season in Detroit. He'll now rejoin the Lions as they battle with the Vikings for the number 1 seed in the NFC. Bridgewater 32, will join the practice squad with Jake Fromm likely getting the short straw. The Lions have Jared Goff as a starter, with Hayden Hooker serving as the second quarterback. Goff is clearly the guy. Regardless, Bridgewater now gets a chance to win his first Super Bowl ring, and it could happen in the same season he won his first state championship as a coach.
Is Goff hurt, or is he banged up?
No, that's what I was wondering about this. Why is the Lions? What is the backup quarterback hurt?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Like, I thought this was like a move that just came totally out of the blue.
Yeah, like why do they need it?
I think they're just trying to make sure if they do make it there for the first time, they want Bridgewater on board.
Some experience at backup just in case.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I could see if Goff was hurt or we knew about an injury, but I guess, it's just weird. That's kind of weird. Like, it's weird. I guess it's just weird. Like, you would have wanted an experienced quarterback throughout the season, I would have thought, because Bridgewater be trying to get up to speed now. So,
well, he played with them before. He's played in that system before.
Oh, yeah.
With the Lions?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was there last year with him.
Oh, he was?
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
It makes sense then, I guess. Yeah, bringing in experience because them other 2 dudes on.
Right. Yeah. That's what it is.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Look, they're probably planning him to play next week because the Lions will probably wrap it up and won't have anything to do. So
you're probably right, Brian, to get some of that rust off just in case. Yep. Yeah. Interesting. And he probably could still possibly lead him to a victory.
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, Herman, new producer. We need to put an ad in LinkedIn.
Oh, man. All right. All right, so we're gonna move into our next phase of the show. We're gonna do our hot topic. This is kind of like one hot topic subject, kind of, I guess, because weirdly enough, after the first hot topic, the second one came in, which kind of was weird to me. So we'll just combine it into one.
It's related,
right? It was a continuation, but okay. So I'm gonna ask this all in one hot topic question, and then we can go from there. What is your opinion of the MVP race? Has the MVP race become just a popularity contest for the media, or does it still have legit meaning in the NFL? And then you can follow that up with who are your top picks from 5 to 1 for MVP? Marcus, I'll let you start this one first.
So we probably should do the 5 to 1 first, right?
I mean, I don't know.
And then
the other topic was in there first.
Okay.
They're playing off of one another.
Yeah,
they're complement one another.
I mean, if you want to do the 1 to 5 to 1 first, I guess you can give that, and then either way.
And then probably suggest, if you do believe it's a popularity contest or not.
Yeah, I don't even know if I have 5. Honestly, 5 might be a stretch. It probably could have just been 3, but go ahead, Marcus.
Okay, so my top 5 currently today, number 5 is Derrick Henry. I think it's pretty obvious what he's doing for the Ravens. They would definitely want to be the team they are without him. 4 is Jared Goff. Number 3 is Josh Allen, of course. Number 2 is Saquon. That one's also obvious. He might break everything's record. I believe if he does break it, he will take over my number 1 spot and will be the MVP. Lamar Jackson, number 1. And that one's obvious.
You got 2 Ravens. Both of them are MVPs of the one team?
Yeah.
Did I not hear Josh Allen?
Yeah, Josh Allen.
You heard Josh Allen. You heard Josh Allen.
Oh, okay.
Josh Allen was number 2.
I'm just curious how they both can be the MVP.
They're the most valuable player.
Did we have
on
a
one team? Most valuable player, not player.
Yeah, that's kind of
Okay, but only one would get it. That's what you thought. Only one would get it.
Well, how are they both up for it? Is my question.
Because they're both doing hella good.
So you're saying if they lost Derrick Henry, they couldn't be doing what they're doing now?
I'm not gonna say that because they were obviously.
But if they lost the quarterback, could they still be doing what they're doing now?
No.
So who's your MVP truly?
Lamar Jackson. He's number 1. He's number 1. That's why Derrick Henry is number 5.
No.
Number 5 is probably not likely to get it. Okay. Number 1 is most likely to get it.
Okay.
Okay. So check yourself before you check me, sir.
I'm just saying. Obviously, you believe in more in the quarterback than you do the running back.
That's why he's number 1. Ain't that what I said? Derrick Henry's number 5.
There can only be one MVP on the team. But go ahead.
Who said that? Okay, that don't mean that it's not 2 players on the same team.
Most valuable. You can't have 2 most valuable.
Thank you, Herbert. Thank you.
Why can't you?
What? How can you have 2 most valuable?
Your own defense, you just said that he's not as valuable as Lamar.
Hold on.
So he's not the most valuable player on that team.
You don't think they can share him on the same team? You can't share it?
No.
How can you have most valuable?
And you know, 1 year
It's
most valuable on the league, not the team.
They did have Colt. They did have Colt.
Yeah, they had it.
But they weren't on the same team. They were on 2 different
But it's most
teams.
valuable in the league, not on the team.
Again,
So
you feel
Marcus.
that they cannot do the same thing that they're doing without
Wait
Lamar.
a minute.
That's why he's number 1.
It's not most valuable to the league. It is actually most valuable player to their team.
Yes.
That don't even make sense.
It is.
Because every team has the most valuable players in the team. Every team has the most valuable.
You're above all of them, and you are. If you took that player off of that football team, they would not be even close to where they are. You are the MVP of that team.
But they had 2 times before where they shared. They both were co-MVPs.
Were they on the same team?
Wait, who co-MVP'd those?
Brett Favre, Barry Sanders 1 year, and then it was Steve McNair
Manning and
Manning.
Steve McNair.
And Manning
So they did have
another year.
QBs,
But they weren't on the same team.
Yeah, they weren't on the same team.
It doesn't
I'm
matter.
You can't have 2 most valuables on the same team. You just can't.
I just like to give me a hard time and argue. That's what y'all like to do. That's what y'all like to do.
Nah.
I want everyone to know.
It's the Dallas thing, Marcus. I think it's possible, Marcus. I think it's possible. You can have them on both teams. I
Hey,
think
Brian,
so.
we're the most
It's them
valuable
two.
together.
Right.
They're not together. One is
shit,
five,
you
one
know,
is
shit.
Hey, hey, me and Herman are the most
They can
valuable to this
share
show.
Right. There you go. And we're the most valuable co-hosts on the show.
And as far as the
Mark,
first question,
You got a list. Oh, I'm sorry.
MVP race became just a popular contest for the media, or does it still have legit meaning in the NFL? I would say yes, it's still a legit meaning in the NFL, especially if you are a quarterback that won't win a Super Bowl in his career. I believe those MVPs will help you get into the Hall of Fame. So it does mean something. It's not just a popularity contest. Just on that one alone. That's why Jim Kelly's in there. That's why Dan Marino's in the Hall of Fame.
So you think it's okay? All right, I'll go next. My number five, I actually have Jaden Daniels.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I do. Number 4, I have Josh Allen. Number 3, I have Lamar Jackson.
I'm telling y'all right now. Wait, real quick. His list is bull S. Okay,
Number-
I'm telling you, the
Number
number one
3.
guy wears purple. I'm telling you. But go ahead.
I know. I know.
Number 2 is Saquon Barkley, and yes, number 1 is MVP candidate Sam Darnold. That's right. Sam Darnold is my MVP, and you know why? If you take Sam Darnold off of the Vikings right now, they're not doing what they're doing.
I disagree with that.
They are not doing what they're doing. They don't. Who's their backup quarterback right now?
It should be
Sean
JJ
Mannion
McCarthy. I
or
don't know who it is.
But yeah, JJ McCarthy was supposed to be their starter, so they're
He was.
playing with their backup.
And that's exactly why he is the MVP. We will rally around Sam Darnold and we will win games.
What's weak?
You don't remember that, Marcus?
No, he don't remember.
You don't remember that?
No, I don't know that.
It was,
I'm serious.
When the Rams lost Trent.
The Rams lost Trent Dilfer. Yeah,
Mhm.
Trent Green. Oh yeah.
Trent Green.
And remember,
So you're saying he's about to have a Kurt Warner type career?
Yep.
Is what you're saying?
Yep. That's exactly what I'm saying.
This guy.
The Rams are the Rams. See, the Vikings are the quietest. What are they? 13-2.
They're 14-2.
14-2.
14-2. They are the quietest 14-2 team in the league.
That is true.
Okay.
And none of us had 3 teams in that division going to the playoff. None of us did.
No, sure didn't. So for me, Sam Darnold is the MVP. Now, as for the second question, yeah, I think the MVP is just a popularity contest. And I'm going to tell you why. You know why people are tripping this year about Lamar winning the MVP? Because he won it last year for one. And then they're always talking about Josh Allen. Y'all always talking about Josh Allen, right? Lamar's numbers are crazy. And he has numbers that he's put up numbers that he deserves the MVP. But the reason it's a popularity contest is because he won it last year when he shouldn't have. Dak Prescott should have won the MVP last year. He had way better numbers, and Dak lost it off of one game, one primetime Monday night game. He had a stinker, whereas Lamar had a few stinkers last year, and it was a San Francisco game.
Oh,
it was a San Francisco game. Lamar had a couple of those games, but he beat Dak, and it was because of popularity, point blank, period. But now this year, it was a lot of it.
Just real quick, who's the most popular quarterback in the NFL right now?
Lamar Jackson.
No.
Josh Allen.
Patrick Mahomes.
Thank you, Marcus.
Okay.
Thank you.
Patrick. Okay.
He's the face of the league.
Different. He's not putting up the numbers. They just can't.
You just said it's a popularity contest.
But
he's
not even close
though.
Quarterback. But he's not even close with the numbers.
He should be
He's not even close with the numbers.
He's not close with the numbers.
He's not even close with the numbers. So to make
you said it's a popularity contest. Now you put numbers in there.
No, because it is. You got to be close with the numbers. You have to be close with the numbers. Just like after what Lamar did this weekend, boom, he's the front runner. But before this weekend, he was not the front runner. It was Josh Allen.
True.
And I think Allen had lesser numbers than he did because it was the popularity.
Yeah, Josh Allen is having the season that Lamar had last year.
Basically. Yeah, exactly. And as soon as Lamar bumped up his game over these 2 games this past weekend, boom, Lamar's the front runner now all of a sudden. But when Lamar was already the front runner. He should have been. So that's why, to me, it's a popularity contest. And the other reason is because no other position is really even considered for this. And if you take Saquon Barkley off the Eagles ain't doing what they're doing. I don't believe that they are. And you,
He's in the conversation.
He's
No.
Barely.
Everybody's talking about, like Marcus said, if he breaks Eric Dickerson's rushing record,
He's gonna win it.
he should win the MVP.
I guarantee you he won't.
I think you're right too, but he's in the conversation.
Barely. It's like, but he should be up there. It should be, if it's going to be off of numbers and stats, maybe it should be Lamar and Barkley and Allen is a close third.
I mean, if we're going to go by the most valuable player to the team, it's definitely Saquon.
But when you look at it, it's always a quarterback first, and that's why, to me, it's a popularity thing, because the quarterback is the face of the franchise. Look at, like, when a team loses their quarterback for the year, right, and they go to Monday night games or whatever, they have no graphic for who to put up at that point because they've lost their quarterback. So it's not quarterback against quarterback anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like now we put CD up. They put CD up.
Yeah, who would we put up now? If we
were that one game, they put Bill Belichick up. Stuff
like that, yeah. But to me, that's what makes it more of just a popularity contest. So those are my numbers. Mark, I go on to you.
All right, my list as I have Jared Goff is number 5, Saquon Barkley number 4, Derrick Henry number 3, Lamar Jackson number 2,
Thank you.
Josh Allen number 1.
Here we go.
Now that could very well change.
Why did you put Saquon below?
Because like as you all say, they really don't give it a running back. Now, if he gets,
but you picked 2 running backs, you put one above. But wait, you put what's the name? Henry
5
over top of Allen.
No, he put
Henry over top of Barkley.
Over Barkley, yeah.
Yeah. But if Barkley gets the title,
why though? Why is he above him? Barkley's killing Henry's numbers.
That's just my opinion.
Well, change it. I need for you to flip that, because you
even if Barkley doesn't get the record, he's more valuable than Henry.
More valuable.
That's my opinion.
Well,
Your
fix
opinion
it.
Sucks. That's the Steelers' opinion. So
what you mean?
Henry is very valuable.
Hold on, Marcus. A Steelers' opinion. If it's anything, I'd have had Derrick Henry lower if I was a hater like that.
It just doesn't make
I got him number 3.
He doesn't. And you know, Herman, he got two Ravens on his list too. So
yeah, his list doesn't make any sense.
His list is in
two most valuable players on the same team.
I laugh at Marcus. I would laugh like I don't know what if they both get co-MVP on the same team. I would laugh.
They deserve it.
If they get both co-MVPs, I'll wear the dunce hat for a whole show. If they don't, y'all two got to wear the dunce hat.
Well, I didn't agree to all that. You said no. I didn't agree to all that.
Yeah, y'all ain't so confident now.
Yes,
so confident.
I never said it's gonna get cold. I never said it's gonna get cold. You said that.
That makes it even more of a joke, a popularity joke. So,
I think it's a popularity for sure because of the media, and you got you got Josh Allen that they hasn't won a Super Bowl at all. Basically, been on the doormat of making it to a Super Bowl and haven't been there yet. So yeah, the NFL darlings would love for Josh Allen to get that MVP. So yeah, it's definitely a media popularity.
And you know why? One other reason I'm gonna say is the media. It's a popularity contest. For one, the media does the voting, but for two, you don't even wait till the Super Bowl's over with yet. What if how am I the MVP and crap the bed in the playoffs?
But that's the NFL's fault, not the media. The NFL makes them do that because they want to do it for the honors. They want, but they do the honors show before the Super Bowl too.
But I think they need to change that because think about it. Let's say that Lamar and Josh go into the playoffs, right? Just like they are now, and Lamar craps the bed, but Josh takes his team to the Super Bowl, but Lamar wins MVP. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I agree.
Go ahead.
They need
Brian.
to change that whole concept if they're going to do that.
They do.
So Mark, I hate you because we think too much alike. You kind of stole some of my thunder that I didn't think anybody else was going to put in there. So my number 5 is also, damn, I just lost his name. This guy's name. The Lions quarterback. Jared Goff.
Jared Goff.
I got Jared Goff And then I got Herman's boy next.
Who?
Sam Darnold.
Sam Donald.
At least he made
I got
the
Sam
list.
Darnold next. I got number 3 as Saquon Barkley. I have number 2.
Why you got him at number 3?
Because he's the only running back I have on my list.
Yeah.
Okay.
See.
I have Josh Allen as number 2. And I agree Lamar right now is the MVP. As for the popularity contest, I agree with Marcus. I don't think it's a media thing. I do think it still holds weight in the NFL. I think that players do pay attention to it. I think that the MVP also goes to the rank when they start doing the rankings on the players in the league. I think that normally the MVP is one of the higher ranked players in the league as well. And they're picked by the players, not by the media. So I do think it's not a media thing. I think it's legit.
You ever wonder why the media gets to make the votes? Why not GMs?
Yeah.
GMs would probably be biased, wouldn't they?
No.
No, those are your highest.
They're the most talent. Yeah.
Those are your highest talent evaluators in the NFL.
It should be current NFL players and past NFL players.
I wouldn't have a problem with that either if it was players, current players,
that's what it should.
or even Hall of Famers.
Mm-hmm.
Even maybe you might get some bias though. So you gotta be careful with that.
What Hall of Famers?
When players start to get involved, maybe not Hall of Famers.
I mean, it's similar to like
players.
baseball. Baseball, the players, the media does the players for baseball too.
Yeah, the media does it all, but you can get that media bias too when the media don't like a player. So it can go both ways.
Like
so
T.O.
Like with T.O., yeah. All right, it was a good hot topic.
And the way some of these media personalities they be talking, I wouldn't want them on it. Like I wouldn't trust Stephen A. Smith or Nick Wright.
I don't think
they're not media, Marcus.
Yeah, they're it's real media. AP, I think it's like Associated
they
Press.
Don't get a vote.
Media people. Yeah. All right, good discussion, fellas. Good topics.
Except for Marcus and Herman. Except for Marcus and Mark.
Yeah, you're right, Marcus and Herman. You're right.
I just want to reiterate that you can't have 2 MVPs on the same team.
No.
You can't have
I want to reiterate. You absolutely can.
Hey Herman, I'm surprised Mark didn't put what's his name the defensive end on his squad.
TJ Watt.
TJ Watt. Yeah.
Watt.
He should have had Watt number 1.
All right, let's move into these games. Let's get to reviewing these games. First game up, we had.
So we got a lot of games.
Oh yeah, a lot of games. First game up, we had the Thursday night game. You had the 9-6. You had the Denver Broncos traveling into LA to take on the Chargers. The Chargers won this one 34-27. Justin Herbert was 23 for 31, 284 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Gus Edwards was the leading rusher, 14 carries, 68 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And the new leading receiver that has emerged for the Chargers is McConkey, 6 receptions for 87 yards. On the flip side, Bo Callahan was 29 for 40, 263 yards passing, and 2 touchdowns. Leading rusher for the Broncos, right? Leading rusher for the Broncos was Stymie. I don't know how you say that name. 9 carries for 48 yards, 1 touchdown, and Sims Jr. was the leading receiver, 3 receptions for 62 yards. This game was pretty close in time. Pretty close in time possession. Actually, the Broncos had 32 minutes 23 seconds time of possession, opposite the Chargers, who had 27.37 seconds time of possession. Brian, who'd you have in this one?
I picked this one wrong. I did go with the Broncos. Wasn't really feeling the Chargers, but they actually played a really good game. The quarterback was efficient. They had a nice running game, like you said. How many yards did they run for? 117. You can't really knock that out. They held onto the ball. They only had one interception, one turnover, which was an interception in the game. Played real good. You got to give Broncos credit. I picked them, and give the Chargers credit. I picked the Broncos, and I picked it wrong.
Mark, who'd you have? Mark with a K.
I took the Chargers in this one. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's what.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I took the Chargers on this one. The Chargers scored 21 points unanswered. The second half, they came out, they stopped the run. The Broncos was throwing too much, man. They were up by 2 scores, double digits, and they were sitting there throwing the ball, which I didn't understand. But the Broncos kept trying to, pass the second half, and that allowed to keep time on the clock so Chargers come back. But I took the Chargers. Chargers was victorious on it.
Marcus?
I picked the Broncos, but after watching the game, I'm not sure why. I guess I had too much faith in Bo Callahan and Sean Payton. I should have had more in Justin Herbert and Harbaugh. But the Broncos, they did jump out kind of early. But like Mark said, I think what scored with 20. You said 25 unanswered points or 21
unanswered points,
and that was all they needed. So yeah, I don't think I would pick the Broncos anymore this year. I was wrong.
Yeah, I had the Chargers in this one. I'm really starting to buy into the powder blues. Harbaugh, I think next year's we're gonna really see how good the Chargers are gonna be. But Herbert is starting to finally look that part of that quarterback. You know what I mean? That everybody's been saying he's the prototype and he's supposed to be so good. It just shows you that coaching is important, and he's definitely looking that part now. But yep, I did pick the Chargers, and I got that one right. All right, moving on to the next game, we had the Texans going into Arrowhead to take on, or not Arrowhead, whatever they call the stadium now. We had the someone forgetting something on this game here.
Oh.
Who's forgetting something? Must be who is it? Brian?
Mr. Holly, I believe. Yeah.
Holly?
What?
Holly?
I picked the Texans.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Could you put the hat on?
I mark everybody's.
Man, I don't even know what that hat is, but I'm sorry. I'll make it up to y'all next week.
Whatever.
Well, you're still going last. You're still getting the music.
So we had the Texans traveling to Arrowhead to take on the Chiefs. Texans lost this one 27-19. This was the game that everybody thought Patrick Mahomes wasn't going to play in. So that's probably why you picked the Texans.
Yeah.
Mahomes was 28 for 41, 260 yards passing, 1 touchdown. Kareem Hunt was the leading rusher, 11 carries, 55 yards, 1 touchdown. Xavier Worthy, 7 receptions, 65 yards, 1 touchdown. On the flip side, CJ Stroud, 23 for 39, 244 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Mixon, 14 carries, 57 yards. This was the game that Tank Dell got hurt in. Sending out prayers for him that he has a recovery.
He tore like everything in his knee imaginable.
Yeah, they already said he's out for next season. So
he's off for next season too.
That's what they said. Yeah,
he tore like everything: the ACL, the PCL, whatever else.
Yeah, and then dislocated the kneecap too. So
that's crazy.
But he did.
He already had an injury this year, and he got shot this year. I didn't realize.
Yeah, he went through a bunch this year already, and it's just crazy.
That's why they were so emotional when he got hurt.
Yeah, because he had been through so much. But he had 6 receptions, 98 yards, and 1 touchdown. Time of possession in this game again was kind of close. Texans had 26 minutes to the Chiefs 33 minutes. Excuse me. I'll go first on this one. I did pick the Texans. I'm sorry, I did pick the Chiefs. I just knew Mahomes was going to play, and with Mahomes, I even thought without Mahomes that the Chiefs honestly were going to win this game. Houston's I think they peaked.
Herman.
Yeah.
You do know who their backup is, right?
Yeah, it's Carson Wentz. I believe that
you thought Carson
Chiefs
Wentz
would beat. Yes, the Chiefs would have beat.
Hey, look, if he believes in Sam Darnold, he believes in Carson Wentz. Okay.
Oh, really? That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Okay. Anyway, I believe because I think Houston they're kind of on a downward spiral right now. They kind of peaked, I think, a little early this season, and they're not playing good football. And then they've lost their top 2 wide receivers. That's hard to recover from. And then their tight end, he's garbage. I mean, Schultz doesn't do anything at this point. Yeah, I had to get that shot in.
It's a little biased. It's a little biased.
Yeah, it is. But I did pick the Chiefs, and I got this one right. Marcus, who'd you pick?
Yeah, I also picked the Chiefs. I really think we need to start taking a look at what the Kansas City Chiefs are doing. I don't believe that was a high ankle sprain that Mahomes suffered the week before. How does anybody come? I mean, it was obvious in the first drive that it wasn't affecting him at all. I want to know what's going on over there. They got the refs now. They got some kind of magic voodoo on high ankle sprains. Nobody ever recovers from high ankle sprains like that. So if I was the NFL, I'd be taking a look at that injury report and see what's going on because something sounds fishy to me. Sounds very suspicious.
It's pain management.
He must be on some good. I need some of them pain mans, boy.
He might have a really high pain tolerance too. But yeah, pain management, high pain tolerance. He did look really good though.
He did for somebody with a high ankle sprain. It looked really good. So I picked the Chiefs, and like Herman, I believe they still would have won even with Carson Wentz playing because it is Andy Reid. And they still got I think that was the game. Everybody was back. All was Hollywood back? And
Hollywood's back. Yeah, they had a lot of people there.
Yeah, so I believe they still could have won even with Carson Wentz. So I picked the Chiefs, and I was right.
Mark.
Yeah, I took the Chiefs also. Mahomes threw to 8 different players in this game, so let you know that their players are coming back at the right time. The Tank Dell injury was gruesome. That was a little hard to watch. That happened in the third quarter, the beginning of the third quarter. That was terrible. But yeah, I took the Chiefs, and the Chiefs won it.
And Brian.
You big dummy. You big dummy. You big dummy. You big cold-blooded dummy. You big dummy. See what you did? Oh, no, you big dummy.
Yeah, I did not think that with that high ankle sprain that Patrick Mahomes was going to play this game. But the biggest stat, Herman, you're right. He 5 times for 33 yards. He rushed 5 times for 33 yards, had a touchdown, and his longest run was 15 yards, which I believe was the one that was early in the game to let the defense know that I can run the ball. He did talk about having to only really run straight. He couldn't really do a whole lot of cutting. And he was kind of concerned with stopping, but full speed straight ahead, he was able to pick up yards, get first downs, and play like Patrick Mahomes. So I learned my lesson. Y'all are right. The Texans are fleetering. They have won a division, but they haven't played like a division winner in the last 2 weeks. So
yeah. And that was it. Okay. Marcus, you usually play some music when he's done.
He's too busy not paying attention.
You big dummy. You big dummy. You big
Well,
dummy.
you're supposed to play the sad
You
music.
big cold-blooded dummy. You big dummy.
It's okay, Herman. It's okay.
Oh, no, you big dummy.
This dude. Okay, now I remember.
Herman, he's too busy looking on LinkedIn for a new job.
Whatever.
Something, right. Anybody got any internet shows that need producing?
Marcus, we'll give you a recommendation.
Right. All right. Let's move into the next game. This was a Saturday game. We had the Steelers traveling into Baltimore to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Steelers lost this one 34-17. MVP candidate Lamar Jackson was 15 for 23, 207 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Derrick Henry, 24 carries, 162 yards. And Zay Flowers was the leading receiver, 5 receptions for 100 yards. On the flip side,
that was MVP candidate, Derrick Henry. MVP candidate.
Yeah, whatever. He probably down whatever. On the flip side, Russell Wilson, 22 for 33, 217 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Warren, leading rusher, 12 carries for 48 yards, and Austin, the third, 4 receptions for 65 yards. Time of possession, again, pretty even. Actually, Steelers 27 minutes, 35 seconds to Baltimore's 32 minutes, 25 seconds. Marcus, you can start this one. Who'd you pick?
I picked I gotta check. Who was that?
You picked the Steelers.
Damn, I did. Yeah, I picked the Steelers, and I was wrong.
You didn't want your buddy by himself.
Right, exactly.
Well, no, they're still, they had a winning record over Lamar, but
Herman, what is the phrase he always says every show? I'm drinking the purple Kool-Aid.
Right, exactly. But not.
I
this
was
week.
drinking last week. I was drinking the black and gold Kool-Aid, and I was wrong. It poisoned me and gave me diarrhea. So I'm not drinking the black and gold Kool-Aid anymore this year. So I picked the Steelers, and I was wrong.
Brian, who'd you pick?
Yeah, unlike Marcus, I did pick the Ravens, and again, I do got to give Derrick Henry his flowers on that one. That 24-yard, 162 yards. That was an awesome game. But this game really turned because Russell Wilson tried to play superhero and score, and instead got blasted and fumbled, and that's when the whole game just turned. So, Russ, you old, okay? Slide. It's all right.
Yeah.
But
that was a terrible hit too.
It was. But y'all gonna make Tomlin start cursing, and that's not good. So I picked the Ravens. I picked this one right.
Yeah, I was with you, Brian. I picked the Ravens. We were drinking the purple Kool-Aid this week. One of the reasons
was delicious.
Yeah, it was really good. One of the reasons I picked the Ravens too was because I think I told y'all last show I wasn't picking them Bama Steelers no more. So I think it's time to put Fields out there. I think it's time to put Fields out there.
Herman, it don't matter which one they put out there.
I know, but I don't think he can do any worse than Wilson at this point. And at least Fields can move a little better. Like it's a couple sacks he might be able to get out of. Yeah. The black and gold Bamas, not picking them anymore. I don't think this season. So I picked the Ravens and I got this one right. Mark, you can close this one out.
Yeah, I took the Steelers, man. Would have clinched the division if they'd have won this game with this victory. But Russell Wilson, his miscue, the fumble, the interception, the pick six. They were only down by a touchdown. After that pick six, they were up by 2 scores. It was over with then. But yeah, I took my Steelers and we lost it.
All right, moving into our next game. Look, hey, we're finally to a Sunday game. We had the Philadelphia Eagles going into Washington to take on the Washington Commanders. Jaden Daniels, 24 for 39, 258 yards passing, 5 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Oh, excuse me, MVP candidate Jaden Daniels. Leading rusher for not really leading rusher for the Commanders, MVP candidate Jaden Daniels. 9 carries for 81 yards. Leading receiver, who? Zach Hooch. I don't know how you say this name. He's a tight end, I think.
Zacchaeus.
Oh, he's a wide receiver?
Yeah, he's a wide receiver.
Oh, okay. 5 receptions, 70 yards, 2 touchdowns. On the flip side, we all know that Jalen Hurts got hurt. Kenny Pickett, 14 for 24.
Little hand Kenny Pickett.
Little hand Kenny Pickett, 14 for 24, 143 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Leading rusher for the Eagles was MVP candidate Saquon Barkley.
Like what?
Yeah.
What?
29 carries, 150 yards, 2 touchdowns, and the leading receiver was that Bama AJ Brown, 8 receptions for 97 yards and 1 touchdown. I'm gonna go first on this one because, boy, after watching this game, I'm gonna say hats off to the Washington Commanders. That's a little hard to say. Y'all do have a true quarterback in Jaden Daniels. This dude, he doesn't crumble under the pressure. Your coaching's probably gonna screw something up though, so don't expect to go too far. But
which one, the offense or defense, or the head coach?
The head coach.
They say what's the name might not be the next year. He might be Chicago.
Yeah, Kingsbury. He might want to. Yeah, he might. Yeah. But what I want to talk about is these Bama.
Oh my God!
Wide receivers for the Philadelphia Eagles. Y'all talked all that smack, talking about passing and this, and that, and both of them dropped critical balls in this game. Critical balls in this game. You
both of y'all are Bamas.
Which pass did AJ Brown drop? That was
It
critical.
was a first down. I think it was something that we got on a first down. It was critical. It was critical. I don't remember the exact circumstance, but I remember being like, "Oh, I'm blasting him on the show." But anyway, these Bammers talked all that mess, and then they came out all gloating 1 week, talking about y'all can shut up now. Oh no, we right back at y'all now. Because do the Eagles have a problem? Yeah, they have a catching problem now, not a passing problem, a catching problem. Y'all Bammers need to go sit down somewhere and shut up for the rest of the season. Don't say another word.
And don't forget that pass to Saquon drop. They would have beat Atlanta.
Well, I like Saquon a little bit, so I ain't gonna mess with Saquon too much. But who did I pick in this game? Oh, I picked the Eagles. We all picked the Eagles, actually. I did pick the Eagles, and I got this one wrong because I thought their receivers could catch. So, Mark, who'd you have in this one?
Yeah, I took the Eagles also, and I was thinking the same thing too. They have receivers that can catch the ball at critical times. The Commanders had 5 turnovers, 3 fumbles, 2 interceptions, but they overcame it to win. That Devontae Smith drop to keep them third down to keep time on the clock was crucial. That was a big one. But I got to give it to them, man. The Commanders pulled this out. It's a good victory for them. But I took the Eagles.
Yeah, definitely do. Brian, who'd you have in this one?
Yeah, again, I was with you guys. I picked the Eagles, and the Eagles should have won this game to let Washington come back in this game. Like you said, Mark, after those 5 turnovers was ridiculous. They had the time of possession to rush for 211 yards on this team, which means you're eating clock. There's no reason for you to lose this game. Yes, you lost your starting quarterback, but you still were up, 21-7 in the first half.
Yeah, 2 scores.
2 scores. I mean, you like Mark said, you got to give credit to Washington on this one. Like Herman said, Jane Daniels, he didn't blink. He still went out there. He was still throwing dimes. He was still running, getting first downs, and just playing the game. He let them interceptions just go out the win. So you got to give him credit on that. And this Eagles #1 defense. Okay,
I don't see it.
Okay,
yeah, I don't see it at all. No, I'm definitely with you on that one, Brian. They've been the talking heads been talking about this defense and them being such a well-rounded team, but I'm like, nah, I'm not seeing it on the defense. So, Marcus, I'll let you round this one out. You know, you had no faith in your team.
Yeah, I had no faith in my team. Even though it's a division game and we always see them play them close, I just didn't think they will pull it out. And I also suffer from recency bias. The Eagles have been so dominant lately, and they were on this 10-game winning streak. That also made me should have picked the Commanders because we knew that win streak was going to be broken sooner or later. But like you guys have said, 5 turnovers, Dane Daniels 5 touchdowns, out there looking great, and then that crucial drop pass by Devontae Smith. I think before last week the Eagles were looking unbeatable. Now they're looking more mortal. I think the Lions and the Vikings aren't so worried about them as they might have been. But I picked the Eagles, and I'm glad I was wrong.
All right. And Brian, time of possession, 36 minutes and 18 seconds, Eagles, 23 minutes and 42 seconds, Washington.
Oh,
that's crazy.
It's almost 11 minutes. Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And had more yards than they did, too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
238. That's crazy.
Yep.
I mean, you run for 211 yards, you should be done.
Yeah.
Not if you do most of it in the first quarter. Don't do it no more the rest of the game.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Because most of
it was 70-yard or something.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's move on to our next game. This was a good one. We had the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going into Arlington to take on the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys won this one 26-24. Game sounded a little closer than it really was. Dallas kind of dominated this whole game, even though the score was a little close at the end. But Cooper Rush, 26 for 35, 292 yards, 1 touchdown.
MVP Cooper Rush.
I'm not saying that. Rico Dowdle, 13 carries, 23 yards.
Herman. You have to be able to pronounce the Cowboy players' names correctly, okay?
I always say his name wrong. So
Come on.
Dowdle.
Okay.
Dowdle.
All right.
He has a weird last name, okay? Rico
All right.
Dowdle.
All right, but you hear it throughout the game, Herman. You know
Yeah,
how
I
to
know.
pronounce it.
But they say it wrong too anyway. CeeDee Lamb was the leading receiver for the Cowboys, 7 receptions for 105 yards. On the flip side, Baker Field was 31 for 43, 303 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Irving was the leading rusher, 16 carries for 68 yards and 1 touchdown. Excuse me. And Mike Evans, 5 receptions for 69 yards. We'll let these Bama start off first. Mark, who'd you have? Bama.
I took the Tampa Bay Bucks, man. The Cowboys have nothing to play for over the playoffs, but they played a competitive game, man. They were in this game pretty much. Late turnover cost the Bucks that touchdown. I do have a question for you, Cowboys fan. If Mike McCarthy keeps his, does he keep his job for next season? The way this team has been playing the last couple of
Probably.
Yeah.
Especially if we win the last 2. He's keeping it.
I think so
Hands
too,
down.
man.
I think this game, I mean, unless we get blown out in the last 2.
Yeah, I think this game might have sealed it. But even without CD, Jerry might even look at that and say, okay,
Yeah.
I think that Bucks game sealed it.
I mean, if y'all win the next 2, you've beaten 3 playoff teams. Tampa Bay might not be a playoff team, but
Marcus, I'm looking at how they
beat 3 playoff teams in a row.
They play hard. They play hard.
And they play hard with knowing that they aren't going to the playoffs. That was the
right
big
after
thing
being
for
eliminated. That was huge. You could have just easily flopped and laid down for that game.
But then the last thing I want to say about it is this may kill the chances for the Bucks getting in the playoffs, though.
Yeah, definitely. All right, Marcus, who'd you have, Bama?
I also picked Tampa Bay. I just figured that the backup quarterback and the many injuries that the Cowboys had, the Tampa Bay to pull it out with Mike Evans back and what's his name was back too, right? Goodwin or Godwin?
No,
he's off for the season.
But they didn't pull it out. I just don't see they had something to play for. The Cowboys didn't. I just don't see they had no excuse for losing that game. Just bad all the way. So yeah, I picked Tampa Bay and I was wrong.
All right, now we're gonna get to the real prognosticators. I'll go first. Yeah, of course I picked the Cowboys to win this game. The worst team to play is a team that has nothing to play for. We have nothing to lose. The one,
but you didn't know that. You ain't know that when you made the pick.
Well, I did because I didn't. Even though we weren't,
our chances of making the playoffs was ridiculously
super
low.
Slim. Yeah,
we needed like a magic trick for us to make the playoffs. We didn't hit the lottery before we made it to the playoffs this year.
Exactly, definitely. So that's why I picked them. A team that has nothing to play for, the most dangerous team to play. I think the defense has been the most impressive to me. Also, like they were hitting. Like Mike Evans got blown up. Woo, he got blown up on one play, and Dallas is now leading the league in sacks, leading the league in turnovers since Michael Parsons has come back. I think it's week 10. So I will say this though, I don't want Mike Zimmer back as our defensive coordinator next year.
Why? They've improved.
They've
definitely improved.
They have, but I don't want him back. I need a younger mind. I don't even know if he wants to come back because they talked to him about it. And he was saying he doesn't know about next year. He says he's kind of tired. He did say that, but just the way they're rallying around McCarthy and Zimmer too, because the defense is playing good. I do think that, like we said earlier, McCarthy probably has saved the job. But I did pick the Cowboys, and I got this one right. Brian, we know who you picked. Let's talk to the other 2 Bammers. Let them know why.
Well, Herman, like we told you earlier, we're the 2 MVPs of the show.
Yeah.
We're what makes this show run. And we're the smartest 2 on the team. So of course we picked the brighter team. The harder team, the tougher team. To be honest with you, the Bucks could have won this game, but for some reason they wanted to pass the ball more than they wanted to run the ball. Mm-hmm. And the Cowboys notoriously has been known this whole season to not being able to stop the run. But you want to let Baker throw it 42 times? Really?
Yeah, that was
Really? I mean, you kind of outsmarted yourselves. You know, you instead of you picking what the Cowboys' Achilles heel is, you went to the strength of the team. So you deserve what you got. But I mean, like Herm said, I mean, we found a running game with Dowdle. You know, CD played hurt, but he played like a soldier. A couple times went down, had to go to the sideline.
yeah.
The defense was hitting. The defense was aggressive. Got turnovers, timely turnovers, especially at the end. Got the fumble recovery, which I didn't even notice at first. So you know, these next two games, we'll see how it goes. You know, the season is almost over, but the Cowboys gave me some enjoyment on Sunday, and I appreciate it.
You know, it's funny because that one play at the end, I was screaming that he was in the grass, but I guess in the grass doesn't exist anymore. But I felt like
you know, I mean, that went away when Eli threw that ball in that Super Bowl.
Okay.
I don't think they've ever called that play since.
Yeah, I feel like I was like he was stopped, he was down. You know, I was like, why wouldn't they blow in the whistle? And you know, he pitched it, and I was like, no way! I was screaming, man. And then he stripped that joint. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, that's the craziest thing I'd ever seen. So, you know, hats off to them boys.
Yeah, and like you said, Herman. I mean, even against the when we played the Bengals, you know, they played hard. I mean, they made a dumb mistake at the end, but you played hard enough to win that game too. So sky's the limit.
All right, we're gonna move on to the next game. We had the
Marcus. Don't look like you're bored when we're talking about the Cowboys. Okay,
right?
You be.
We ain't got to spend that much time on this next game.
Right. We had the first shutout of the season.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Green Bay Packers beat the Saints 30-0. I'm not even gonna read the stats, honestly. It's just not even worth talking about.
And there's no point.
It's not. We all picked the Packers because we all knew better than to pick the Saints. We were all right. All right. Moving on to the next game. This one I want to give y'all a shout out appreciation for allowing me to lone wolf this one. I don't know why y'all.
Ho, sir. We agreed that these two games nobody matter because we had no idea what was going to happen.
We didn't say we weren't wearing no hats.
We absolutely did.
Did we say that?
Absolutely did. Yes.
Yes. I don't remember saying that.
Yeah, I know. I said I told I wasn't wearing no dunce hat.
Yes.
If I was wrong because we didn't have no thing.
Well, you ain't gotta play my music, but I'm gonna wear.
I agree with you, Brian. You did.
Whatever. I appreciate y'all handing me an easy lone wolf. I don't know what y'all was thinking about. I was thinking to myself, it should be y'all wearing the dunce cap and me not wearing anything because y'all just gave this one away. But anyway, we're gonna get into this one. The Kansas City Chiefs went in. Is that right? They went into Pittsburgh and beat them Bama Black and Gold Steelers 29-10. All right. Patrick Mahomes was 29 for 38, 320 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. Kareem Hunt, 9 carries for 20 yards, 1 touchdown. Travis Kelce, 8 receptions, 84 yards, 1 touchdown. On the flip side, Russell Wilson, 23 for 37, 205 yards, 1 interception. Najee Harris, 13 carries, 74 yards. And Freiermuth, 7 receptions, 64 yards. Brian, I'll let you start this one off. What?
Freiermuth.
Yeah, move. That's what they said.
I apologize. I had amnesia or something. I don't know what I was thinking that Patrick Mahomes wasn't going to play in this one either. And I actually had a feeling that the Steelers had something to play for, but you know, once the Steelers hit those 9 wins, they just kind of stopped playing.
Don't they?
So they got their 9 wins. Tomlin has another season where he doesn't have a losing record, and that's all they care about now. So, you know, I was wrong. Yeah,
disrespectful.
Marcus, tell us why you picked them Bamas.
Same reason. See, I want to blame the injury reports. There's no way Patrick Mahomes had a high ankle sprain. That's why I picked the doggone Steelers. I figured, hey, if they beat us, they tricked us. We were led astray. We didn't land on Plymouth Rock landed on us. So I drank the black and blue. I drank the black and gold Kool-Aid, and I was hella wrong. Big mistake. Never should have picked them.
Mark. Don't act like you
Yeah,
frozen,
also,
Mark.
On the, I was on the
Don't act like
Broncos.
you frozen.
Get it out, Mark.
Listen, I mean, Wilson was sacked 5 times and game coming off 2 loss against Philly. I mean, man, we lost. What can I say? We lost. That's it.
Well, as you can see, I'm the only one that picked this one right, and I did pick the Chiefs. You know, I feel like I can't really brag on this one because it's not so much about me being smarter than it is my co-host just being dumb. I mean, I'm sorry, y'all. Even
We didn't think Mahomes was going to play.
Look, even if Mahomes hadn't played last week, they was going to play him this week. He had to play this week. So this was the week where you could have picked them. I get you not picking them, picking the Chiefs last week, but this week, thank you again. Thank you for putting the lone wolf on a silver platter for me. I appreciate that. One of the reasons why I picked the Chiefs is because I told y'all I'm not picking them Bama Steelers no more. Okay, I'm just not doing it. Mark, you can be mad if you want. I don't care. But yeah, you know, it wasn't even close. Like it's time to reevaluate. Do you really think that you should stick with Wilson? Does he give y'all the best chance to win, or should you go with Fields? Because at this point, I'm thinking maybe go with Fields.
I don't think either one gonna be on the team.
I don't either.
I don't either. But at least,
at
again,
this
Fields
point,
can
man,
move a little bit.
I agree, Marcus. I don't think either one of them is.
Like Brian said, at this point, they got the 9 wins. They don't care no more for nothing else. So
No, the Steelers really should have had a
We're just
better
not playing
plan.
inspired football right now.
The Steelers should really had a better plan in place for when Roethlisberger retired. That's on them.
yeah,
They
but you
should
know
have
that's the thing.
much
Not a
better.
lot of
They
teams do.
did. They did.
What was the plan?
Kenny Little
Kenny
Hands
Pickett?
Pickett. That was
Yeah.
their choice.
But come on, what teams do? Like the Giants. Look at the Giants right now. They're going. They're
I mean,
going
the only
through
one you
it
can
too.
do is that does that is Green Bay, man. Nobody just
Yeah.
gets quarterbacks like that. It's hard to find.
And there was no guarantee that Love was going to turn out the way he has, and you know
Yeah.
they've been fortunate. So, but yeah, I did pick the Chiefs, and I got this one right.
True. That's true.
Turn my tassel.
I think you turned it the wrong way.
I probably did. All right. Hey guys, guess what? We reached a milestone. We're moving on to the last game of last week. Good grief. We had the Ravens traveling into Houston to take on the Houston Texans. Ravens won this one 31-2. This might as well have been a shutout, in all honesty. Could have been a second shutout.
This was like the Monday night game.
Yeah, it really was, but we'll go through this one real quick. Lamar Jackson was MVP candidate. Lamar Jackson was 10 for 15, 168 yards passing, and 2 touchdowns. Marcus and Mark's MVP candidate, Derrick Henry, was 27 carries for 147 yards and 1 touchdown. And Mark Andrews was the leading receiver for the Ravens, 2 receptions for 68 yards. On the flip side, CJ Stroud, 17 for 31, 185 yards, 1 interception. Mixon was 9 carries for 26 yards, and Collins was 3 receptions for 59 yards. I'll start this one off first. I did pick the Ravens. Mr. Parker, I think you need to change your holiday hat there, buddy.
Yes.
I think you need to change your holiday hat there,
Oh,
buddy.
remember we said we wasn't.
Yeah,
we
we said
wouldn't
we-
put
Yeah.
the
Whatever.
I don't remember saying
Whatever.
that. Yeah, I don't remember saying
I
that.
know I definitely said you go with the tag.
All right.
I wasn't wearing no hat.
Okay, well, going
Y'all
forward,
be-
future
first
rule,
off,
you always
hey,
wear a hat. Future rule, I don't care.
First
First
off,
thing is you always wear a
y'all
hat.
put that joint in there late in the thing. I didn't even know about it until we was doing the show. So no,
Did
sir.
you not make a pick? Did you not make a pick?
Because I was forced to, not because I chose to.
It don't matter.
Whatever.
Don't matter.
All right. I'll start this one off first. I had the Ravens.
The Texans aren't playing good football either right now.
At all.
And we talked about it earlier. You know, they lost their top 2 receivers, and it's showing. Stroud, you know, he's
They got
struggling.
one
And
back.
yeah, but they
got
lost
Collins
their
back.
but they still lost their top 2. You forgot Diggs.
Who was the top? Who?
Diggs and
Yeah,
Diggs and
Diggs
Oh,
Bell.
that's right. Diggs.
But Collins came back, and then they
Yeah,
lost
but
Tank
you-
Dell. And
but-
I
Yeah.
thought Diggs was number 3 though. I thought Diggs was number 3.
Not looking at the numbers he was putting up fantasy
Diggs
wise.
Diggs was like 2 at least.
Yeah.
Collins was number
And-
1.
And then you don't have a tight end who can step up and do anything.
Stop
he catches
it.
the ball and
Stop
goes
it.
down.
Stop it. We had one for like 20 years. Stop it. Stop.
Ours was a Hall of Famer
He
though.
was.
Okay.
But
I
he
did
did still
pick the-
search for somebody to tackle him and put him on the ground.
Yeah, he did. I picked the after he got his jaw broke. After that one time, that was
Yeah,
it. He was
yeah.
like, "That's it. I'm going down." I did pick the Ravens, and I got this one right. Brian, who'd you have?
Yeah, I also picked the Ravens in this one. And CJ Stroud, man, I mean, you just got to feel for the kid because he's not comfortable at all, not even a little bit. He's throwing the ball early. He's trying not to get hit. His offensive line is a sieve. He has very, very little running game. He's out there struggling by himself, and his defense isn't even helping him. So I feel sorry for him right now. It's not a slump because it's his second season. He doesn't have any help.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think it's a sophomore slump, but they will at least get a home playoff game, and then they can get out the way. Marcus, who'd you have in this one?
Well, they might not get out of the way if they play the Steelers. So you know,
They're getting. Oh yeah, you're right.
That was wrong.
Shots.
That was wrong. But you know the Steelers are better than the Texans right now.
do we know?
I don't know,
We
Brian.
do. We
I don't
do.
know.
Do we know?
Yes.
Do we
I
do?
don't know.
Yes.
Hey,
I don't
if
know
they're
about it.
playing in the first round, y'all know who I'm picking because I ain't picking them Bamas.
Mark's never coming on the show again for the record. Y'all can kill it. Mark is done with this show.
So I was back on the purple Kool-Aid this weekend, and I picked the Ravens. I think that was especially how it turned out. I think that was an obvious choice. Like Brian said, the Texans, they really no receivers, and CJ Stroud, he's just looking like he doesn't look comfortable. And it's funny because I was watching the show, and one of the commentators said, it was after week 2, you look at CJ's stats, they really started to go down. And that was the game he tried to mentor Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they did show that. Yeah.
So after that, they've been looking good. So my advice to so Jaden Daniels next season, don't mentor nobody. Don't mentor nobody. Just keep mouth shut. And don't mentor nobody. But yeah, I picked the Ravens. And I was right.
And Mark, you can take your time, man.
You big dummy.
Go ahead
You
and get it
big
out.
dummy. You big dummy. You big cold-blooded dummy. You big dummy. See what you did? Oh, no, you big dummy.
Mark,
Waiting on
you with us?
Mark. We're waiting on
You
you.
try to act like you froze. Mark, we waiting on you, buddy.
Can you hear us, Mark?
You can hear us.
Yeah, my Steelers did me in again. For them to do this, what they did, they were victorious.
That's it. That's all. All right. All right. That's the end of last week's game. That's the last one. How
lot
did you
of
guys? Huh?
That's a lot of games.
It was. I didn't pick what I picked. How'd you guys do? There was so many
Three.
games I lost track.
I went 3 and 5. Terrible week.
3 and 5.
3, 4,
4 and 5 and 1. 5 and 1. Wait, we picked 6 games?
8. Picked 8 games.
Picked 8 games.
5
Damn,
and,
I
5
was
and 3 then. 5 and 3.
7 and 1. I got that right.
Really? You were 7-1?
Yeah, I had the Chargers, I had the Chiefs, I had the Ravens. I missed the Eagles and Commanders game. I had the Cowboys, I had the Packers,
I lone wolf the Chiefs, and I had the Ravens. Wow. Maybe we need to do 8 games more often. Not. I know, right? All right, let's get into these next games. We're doing pretty decent on time, though. Let's get into these next games. First game we already picked, which was we had Seattle at home. Seattle traveling to Chicago to take on the Bears. We picked that one already. Current score of that game is 3-0.
About to
Seattle.
be 3-3, I believe.
Yeah.
No, it's actually going to be. Oh, they're calling that one back, I guess. Okay.
Yeah, no,
I
yeah.
might be behind y'all. Next game up. Do we have?
Y'all ain't supposed to be watching the game while we're doing the show anyway.
Right. We have the 9-6 Chargers traveling into New England to take on the 3-12 Patriots. The Chargers are 4.5 favorites on the road. I'll start this one off first. I told y'all earlier I was believing in them, and I definitely am. Give me the Chargers. I'm all on the powder blue. That's what you call it. Marcus, who you got in this one?
Yeah, I'm going to drink the powder blue Kool-Aid this week. I'm going with the Chargers.
And Brian?
Yeah, I'm with you guys. I am also going to go with the Chargers, and the predictor has the Chargers at 60%.
And Mark, who you got?
Give me the Chargers.
All right. Moving on to the next game. We have the 9-6 Broncos traveling into Cincinnati to take on the 7-8 Bengals. The Bengals are 3.5-point home favorites. Mark, I'll let you start this one off. Who you got?
Even though Bengals don't have anything to play for, the Broncos do. I'm going with the hometown team. Give me the Bengals.
The Bengals have been eliminated?
No, they have not been eliminated.
The Bengals have something to play for.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they haven't been eliminated.
But they got a real slim shot of getting in there. Give
But
me the Bengals.
they still got a chance, yeah.
If anybody can make it, they can.
Yeah, they can. Marcus, who you got?
Yeah, I'm also picking the Bengals. I think they might slip into the playoffs. I mean, they definitely got the offense to do it. I don't know about the defense, but I'm taking the Bengals.
Brian?
Predictor likes the Bengals at 57%. Joe Burrow, the sleeper MVP, 4,229 yards, 39 touchdowns, only 8 picks this year. I'm going with the Bengals.
If they had a winning record, he'd be the number 1 contender, I think, or at least number 2.
Joe Burrow is definitely he's my MVP this year because he led me to the championship in fantasy.
Shut up.
League.
Shut up about fantasy.
Hey, I laid an egg in that league too, though.
No, you didn't.
No, not that one. I laid an egg in the other league.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, give me the Bengals. You see how my man came back and won it for me on Monday night. I won by 1 point. But yeah, I'm taking the Bengals also in this one. Moving on to the next game, we have the 7-8 Cardinals going into LA to take on the 9-6 Rams. The Rams are 6.5-point home favorites. Brian, I'll let you start this one off. Who you got?
Yeah, they got the Rams predictor at 55%. I am also going with the predictor, and I like the Rams.
All right. Mark?
Give me the Rams also. I like the Rams.
I'm with you guys. I'm taking the Rams. I do not believe in the Cardinals. They started off the year, and it's like, are the Cardinals real? And they look like they might have been real, and then Call of Duty came out or something came out.
Stop it. He's been good this year, kind of. There's some up and down.
Yeah, exactly. You can tell when he studies film and when he's been on PlayStation for the week. So, Marcus, who you got rounded out?
Yeah, I'm going to take the Rams. Like you just said, I don't really have too much faith in the Cardinals. Thought they were going to do something. They turned to be a bust. Definitely taking the Rams.
All right. Next game up, we got the 8-7 Falcons. I think they're leading the division, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, they're in the driver's seat now. So we got the 8-7 Falcons going into Washington to take on the 10-5 Commanders. The Commanders are 4.5-point favorites in this one. Mark, I will let you start this one off first. You might have started the last one, but it's fine.
This one's tough. Give me Commanders in this one. I'm taking Commanders.
All right. I'll jump in on this one. This is a tough one, Mark, because I think the Falcons are a little more dangerous now with Penix behind under center. I think that Washington. I think that they may have expended themselves a little bit too much in this last game to get that last win. So give me the Falcons. Oh, Brian, sorry.
The predictor is going with the Commandos at 60%.
Damn, that much?
Yeah, but I'm with you, Herman. I don't think they're going to pull it out. Give me the Falcons.
You are a hater.
Y'all some shit. Effing haters. That's what y'all are.
Whatever. Marcus, we know who you got, but go ahead and say it for the record.
So I'm not gonna lie, this game does scare me a little bit. Exactly for the reason Herman said. I would much rather Kirk Cousins was behind center instead of Michael Penix. Especially, y'all know I was very high on Penix coming out of college.
Yeah,
and,
I remember.
I mean, not now, but I probably would have been if I would have been Commanders GM. I probably would have drafted Michael Penix instead of Jaden Daniels. But Commanders need this game, especially if the Cowboys don't manage to beat the Eagles. We definitely need this game. But
this game got flexed too. This game got flexed.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be a close one.
No, it's
Sunday night.
Sunday night.
Oh, they made it a Sunday night. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they made Sunday. Yeah.
I think it's going to be a close one, but I'm starting to have faith in my Commanders, so I'm taking the Commanders.
Now, don't dog them in the group chat now, okay?
Whatever. Don't get here.
You the one that brought it to Facebook. Nah, Maury wasn't. Maury and Corey, they was supporting their team. It was only one.
I get nervous, man. I'm very.
There was only one hater in the group.
It was only one Debbie Downer.
Yeah,
man, they give me anxiety. They give me.
We can tell from your posts in the group.
I don't watch the games in real time. I wait till after we win, then I go watch the games.
Seriously?
Yeah, I can't. I try. I got high blood pressure. I can't watch them in real time.
So if y'all lose, you don't watch the game at all.
No, I don't watch it at all.
Okay. All right. Moving into the last game of the week. So short schedule of picks this week. 13-2 Lions are going into San Francisco to take on the 6-9 49ers. Lions are 3.5-point road favorites. I'll start this one off. Give me the Lions. Even though the Lions are struggling a little bit and they got a lot of injured players, the 49ers just aren't the same without McCaffrey. We've been saying it all season at this point, and Purdy has really not been what they probably hoped he would be. So give me the Lions. Marcus, who you got?
Of course, I'm drinking the blue Kool-Aid, and plus the 49ers are not what they were last season or in the previous few years. The only thing is, they got nothing to play for, and like Herman said earlier, you ain't got nothing to play for. You're dangerous, but I think mentally they might be dangerous, but I don't think that's going to come out technically and physically on the football field. So I'm definitely going with the Lions. Plus, the Lions have a lot more to play for to get the number one spot. They can't lose this game.
Yeah, they can't. Yeah, they can't afford to lose. Yeah,
so I'm definitely
because somehow do they play Minnesota and the Lions play again?
Last game.
Okay, because if Minnesota wins out, they win it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Minnesota beat them the first time they played.
No, I guess the Lions must have beat them the first time, but they will have split, and then I guess Minnesota somehow or another Minnesota wins the division. That's all I know is
schedule.
Yeah, strength of schedule or might be because they both will probably have the same divisional record, so it'll come to the third tiebreaker maybe.
Is that game flexed? You would think that game would definitely be flexed.
I'm sure they probably.
They probably are thinking about it, but I don't know if they're going to do it yet.
Yeah,
because if it falls apart this week, it doesn't make any sense because they might not have anybody playing.
Exactly. Mark,
give me the Lions in this one. I'm taking them, and it looks like that they did beat the Minnesota the first time go around. They beat them the first game.
So they will split, and then I think they'll have the same division record, I believe, and so it's going to go probably to the third tiebreaker, which I'm not sure what that is.
Normally strength of schedule.
Is it strength of schedule or like opponents?
You're right. Yeah, the opponent. Yeah.
All right, Brian, who you got on this last pick?
Yeah, I'm no dummy. The Lions are at what is their percent? 61% by the predictor. I hate picking the Lions, but the Niners are last in the division. I mean, we all picked them in the playoffs.
Yeah,
and they're not getting.
They're below the Cardinals.
Yes, they are 6-9. The Cardinals are 7-8.
7-8. Yeah, that's crazy. We blew that one.
Yeah, and then I mean, when you got players that won't even play for you,
Yeah.
tell them to go in, they don't want to play. Yeah.
All right, so we had no lone wolves, a couple splits, and a couple of all on the same page. All right. So that's our final picks for the week. We'll go ahead and get into our final thought, and then is a holiday next Wednesday too, New Year's Eve.
New Year's Day, but we
is it
can't
New Year's Day?
We're not gonna do a show on New Year's
Oh,
Day.
I can do New Year's Day.
Yeah, I can too.
We'll discuss it offline, I guess. Final thoughts. Anybody want to volunteer for their first final thought?
Just
I know
today,
you
this
do,
is how. Go ahead.
Marcus, you
I know
always
you-
go last.
I know, but I got one I really want to vent today.
Oh Lord, okay.
Go ahead, Marcus.
Netflix. I don't know what y'all doing, but you know when they do the Thanksgiving Day games, they give you real food, not no fake ass red velvet footballs that have got cake. Who will eat that crap?
That was kind of crazy.
But
I mean,
you
It
got to
was.
give them credit. There was no buffering.
okay,
Yeah.
but still, I'm
Gotta give
gonna
it
need
credit.
y'all to do better. No, and here's the thing: they expect people to be excited about that stuff. Derrick Henry was not excited at all. He don't eat that kind of stuff, and Lamar didn't
Yeah.
even want it.
Yeah, but Travis Henry, he bit into it.
he broke his in half, I think, didn't he?
Yeah.
And bit it. Yeah.
But wasn't nobody gonna take that back to the locker room. Nobody was gonna eat that crap. You got do better.
It's okay.
Did you
They'll-
like
they'll
the jackets?
get
What
better.
about the jackets? Did you like
I
the
did like
I thought
the
the
jackets?
jacket was kind of cool. Yeah.
I did
the
like the
jacket was
jacket.
kind of cool.
Did y'all like what's the name dressing up like Santa Claus?
I did. I like that too.
Yeah, they have a lot of fun in their locker room. You
Yeah.
can tell. Yeah. Mark, you look like you had a final thought.
Only thing I would say, this is our last show of the year. I'm saying it's been great this year doing the show with you all. Look forward to next year, and everybody be safe going into the new year, please. Thanks.
Yeah, I just want to say happy New Year to everybody. Be safe out there. Enjoy yourselves, and look forward into 2025's and our next show and more content next year. I'm looking forward to it. And, we always got the trip coming up, so always looking forward to that. Brian, you can give your final thought.
Yeah. Again, like the sentiment you guys said, everyone have a happy new year. Real excited to, continue to do the show with you guys. And for the teams that aren't going to the playoffs, just enjoy these last two games. Watch your players, start getting ready for the draft. The NFL is 24/7. For the teams going to the playoffs, I hate y'all.
And yeah, like you said too, all the fans, don't worry, they'll be on the couch with y'all soon enough.
Right.
The rest of us.
Everybody will be eventually, except for one team.
Yeah, we know the Steelers are going to be there pretty soon.
Disrespect.
You are a hater.
Commanders too. Commanders too. Yeah, Commanders too.
Whatever.
All right, Marcus. If
We
you
might
got
sneak
another
one- we
final
might- we
thought.
might-
Hey, just real quick, it's going to be crazy that a team that's going to be like 14-2 or 13 and 14 and whatever, and they're going to be
It's
playing
gonna be a wild
in
card.
gonna be a wild card, like a 7th seed.
Yeah, that is wild. That is wild. All right, Marcus, give us your final thought and take us out.
I already gave it.
Yeah.
No more
Well, then-
red velvet cake. No more red velvet football cakes. Netflix.
And I like
Happy
red
New Year,
velvet
everybody.
cake, but that was not the one.
Not in the football.
I was just happy it didn't buffer. I was like, good job.
That's true too.
Before we get out of here, I want to encourage everyone to like, share, and subscribe, especially if you're watching on YouTube. You can catch us on Facebook and our Facebook group, The Layered Game. Catch us on Twitter /X at The Layered Game 3, and on Instagram at The Official Delay of Game. You can also catch us on the Big Blue Crew Sports Network. We simultaneously broadcast there at the same time we're broadcasting here. So go on over there and check them out. We will see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Happy New Year.
Peace.
Happy New
Happy New
Year.